Half a day, everyone. Guahusi, Mackenzie Tovis. Now, when we think of makeup, we think of beauty standards and women, but we also think of art and self-expression. Even though there still seems to be some opposition toward men and other genders wearing makeup, we are experiencing a resurfacing of the practice, specifically the inclusivity of makeup. However, it wasn't always like this. Makeup and the practice of makeup has had a long history. It took us years to get here, and will most likely take just as long if we're to reach a safe environment that includes multiple genders when it comes to the practice of makeup. To understand where we are today, let's begin with a brief history. From 6000 to 4000 BCE, the ancient Egyptians, both men and women, used natural substances to create makeup, like the cat eye designs. Although makeup worn did enhance their features to appeal to others, the main reason they used makeup was to ward off harmful illnesses and invoke their gods. In ancient Rome, men were known to use pigments and powders to replicate what we would see now as blush or face powder. In ancient Greece and China, women continued to apply makeup not only to appear more desirable, but also to distinguish themselves from other social classes. Thus, makeup began to have social implications. During the Elizabethan times, as well as in 18th century France, men wore makeup like powder that was nearly white and used hair products, wigs, and high heels. It wasn't until Queen Victoria I's rule from 1837 to 1901 when social views began to change. Queen Victoria I declared it impolite to wear makeup, and during this time, natural beauty of women was emphasized. Yet they weren't allowed to do anything to enhance their beauty. Stuff like wearing rouge and lip coloring was scandalous, and the entire ordeal of wearing makeup was associated with criminal behavior. Going against this notion would mean social ostracization, becoming an outcast whose reputation is tarnished for good. Although makeup was still used discreetly during and after the Victorian era, the 1930s is an era in which makeup was used nearly every day and without vanity. Modern movie making in the US provided a glamorized concept that both men and women wished to achieve. Think Hollywood and the movie industry. Actors had to look beautiful, and what better method than utilizing makeup? However, because of the clear distinction created during the Victorian era, makeup for men was not used as extravagantly as it was prior. In the 1970s and 80s, both women and men used makeup, most notably the famous artists such as David Bowie or Prince. In the early 2000s, pop culture figures began to embrace makeup, most specifically eyeliner, as seen by artists such as My Chemical Romance's lead singer Gerard Way. In the 2010s, the social media boom enabled many people to share their works online for others to look at. In a way, it's much like sharing their art in an exhibit. Through social media, everyday accounts, influencers, and even celebrities took to posting their makeup looks. Everyone participated, not just women. Nowadays, makeup no longer equals femininity. Take influencer Bretman Rock, for example. He's a well-known makeup artist, but he also encapsulates the traditional male figure. Manny MUA is another makeup artist who uses makeup while also having a beard. Even drag has become something normalized. The word feminine leads us to believe in its opposite as masculine. These binaries are dangerous. Jacques Derrida, the founding figure behind Deconstruction, emphasized the concept of multiplicity. He took Saussure's structuralist approach and deconstructed them, making way for multiple meanings instead of just one or the other, or multiplicity. Furthermore, Judith Butler argues that gender is a performance, and that we are constantly performing to construct ourselves. It is a continuous process that suggests variation, thus creating multiplicities, just as Derrida mentioned as well. Instead of gender as strictly male or female, it is what people do to construct themselves, creating multiplicities that are up to interpretation. Now, keeping both Derrida and Butler in mind, we can see that makeup really isn't something that's meant only for women. In fact, it's not a matter of which gender can wear makeup, but rather how multiple genders can wear makeup, and how makeup creates multiplicity. Those biologically born a specific sex can perform as a different gender, thus creating even more multiplicities. In this way of thinking, makeup is available for many different people to use because of those multiplicities. Makeup has gone through various, oftentimes rough moments in history. Beginning with the ancient Egyptians all the way through the creation of social media, makeup has been used in various ways in various times. In this specific time, social media has enabled many to experience the full effect of makeup that creates multiplicities and breaks binaries. Men are able to use makeup without the social stigma attached to it much easier than that of 200 years ago. Now, because of these multiplicities, makeup usage has become way more than just something of beauty. It's become an art form available to everyone, and I can only hope it'll get better from here. I highly encourage everyone to try makeup at least once in their lives, just like I have, from simple feature-enhancing looks to face-transformative SFX looks. It's super fun and an experience worthwhile. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.